Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Kneon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And the more things change, the more they stay the same. We're going to talk about Warner Brothers Discovery, right? So they're splitting up and they're going to have two different companies. And get this. Here's what the names of the companies are. You ready? It's shocking.
I'm ready.
Warner Brothers and Discovery.
Wow. What fascinating and original new names.
This is just like HBO Max becoming Max and then going back to HBO Max when everybody already called it HBO Max.
Yeah, okay. How much money did they waste on all the trademarks and brand changes and all that shit to just keep doing the same thing over and over and then come back to the same names they had to begin with? How much money? How many millions of dollars? Because when you do a rebrand, you're talking it's across the entire company. You're talking you have to pay people to do the new logos. You have to put the new stuff on everything. You have to have everything switched over. You have to pay all the money to have the company names changed and officially and legally and all other stuff. How much money was wasted changing these names around only to put them back to what they were to begin with? So What did this guy do?
He screwed everything up, and he's going to get a big fat paycheck to screw everything up. Warner Brothers is a disaster right now. We're going to talk about that. We'll talk about Coyote versus Acme, taking a dig at him even, because everything is just awful right now. It's just like this company. Like, first, I was actually kind of cheering Zaslav on because he came in and he wanted to cut things that didn't work. And I'm like, yeah, no, this makes sense. Get rid of the bloat. This makes sense. And then it's like, let's also, get rid of Looney Tunes. Let's also just cancel a bunch of shows and cancel a bunch of movies and
making nonsensical decisions. And honestly, what it comes across to me as is he's just trying to look busy. He's trying to look like he's doing something to deserve taking a paycheck, a big one. But he hasn't done anything. And he made changes that were unnecessary, cost all this money, and then put it back. So he's really just trying to sit there and look like, move papers around, act like he's doing something.
That's what it feels like. So before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. Guys, you'll get a woohoo if you do.
Woohoo.
Go out to news.clownfishtv.com for more exclusive podcast and news content over there. Check it out, news.clownfishtv.com. So, let's go out to the article, and then we're going to look at some of the reactions to this. Warner Brothers Discovery announces post-split company names, executive leadership teams. So, Warner Brothers announced corporate names and senior leadership. Okay, streaming and studios, which will house Warner Brothers Television, Warner Brothers Motion Picture Group, DC, HBO Max, and Warner Brothers Gaming, as well as their film and TV library. So all the good stuff.
Mm-hmm. Well, we said was going to happen.
Will be called Warner Brothers. According to Warner Brothers, that's in honoring the legacy of more than a century of industry-defining storytelling.
It's called brand recognition, and it's been called, putting it back to what it was. That's all you just did.
They did.
It's honoring the century. No, it's called, it didn't work your way, so you put it back and you're acting like you did something.
Oh,
busy work. Tell you like you're busy.
Global networks, which will include WBD's entertainment, sports, news, TV brands, including CNN, TNT Sports in the U.S., Discovery, and free-to-air channels across Europe as well, such as Discovery Plus, will be called Discovery Global. I'm sorry. So all they did, so I'm looking at this. I'm like, all they did was they just took all the crap that wasn't working at Warner Brothers, CNN.
Said they were going to do. We said that.
All the crap, all the Discovery, all that stuff, CNN, TNT, all that stuff that is not making them money anymore, and they're lumping it in with Discovery.
Yes, and we said that they were going to do that. Not surprising.
As previously announced, Warner Brothers will be led by Zaslav. Discovery will be led by Gunnar Wiedenfels. Warner Brothers has begun searches for both the CFO and head of HR roles, while Discovery is looking to hire a chief communications and public affairs officer. I can't. Like, again, what did they do for the amount of money they're being? It's probably the same person. Like, quick guys, what's the name going to be? Well, we put HBO back in Max and people seemed happy about that. Let's just make it Warner Brothers and Discovery again.
Yeah, Yeah, and we'll say we're just doing Warner Brothers as an homage to the century of the name, because no one cares about Max. Was very confusing. Everybody thought it was like Cinemax. It was stupid. It was so stupid, and there was no need for it. And if I was an investor, I'd be pissed. I'm not an investor, I don't think, but if I was, I'd be really pissed because I'm like, you just wasted how much money? Stupidity.
To just basically start it where you started from. You're right back where you started from.
Yes.
And yeah, but now they basically were able to get rid of all this shit from Warner Brothers. Is that what this whole thing was about the entire time? Was this whole thing about getting rid of the shit that didn't work at Warner Brothers and either selling it or pawning it off onto Discovery?
I don't think the entire time, because that was the case. He would have done this much sooner. I think it was called, he was trying to keep it all together, and it was more and more clear, especially since these are linear channels, some of them, more and more clear that it was going down the shitter. So then he's like, okay, well, we're going to put the names back, and then we're going to say that this is, these, all the good stuff goes in here, and all the crap stuff go over there, and we'll just, offload the Discovery name onto that stuff, and then we'll put the Warner Brothers, century-old name onto that stuff we want to keep. And that, I don't think it was something they planned all along. One, I don't think Zaslow's that smart. Right. And two, they would have done it much sooner. I think they just did this as a Hail Mary pass.
Shane McKee here says, genius, 8-figure bonus to the executive who thought that one up.
I know, right? And that's probably true.
Let's look at the quotes here, see what they're saying. This person says, always remember CEOs, but especially entertainment CEOs, are very, very dumb. Mm-hmm. All that money spent on a nonsensical merger that any freshman film student could tell was a terrible idea.
Yes.
This right here, the Simpsons meme, just walking in, walking out. Cartoon Network ending up under Discovery, not Warner Brothers, feels weird to me. Actually, I posted a video on Cartoon Network earlier, and it's not looking too good for them because Comcast is dropping them from their basic cable package. Mm-hmm. And if you want Cartoon Network, you got to pay an extra $10 a month.
But then you have to wonder if they're doing that because a lot of times they don't do that unless like the price is increased or there's not demand for it, so they want to put it in a higher level tier, or there's a lot of demand for it, they want to put it in a higher level tier, get more money. Or a lot of times it's the networks charging the carrier more money, so they up the price on Cartoon Network, so they have to put it in a higher package.
I think Cartoon Network wasn't worth it to put it in the basic package. So
you would think if it wasn't worth it, they'd keep in the basic package. If the only reason they up it to a more expensive package is if they thought it had value they can cash in on, or if they were being charged more for it.
Yeah, this is just, God, this is idiotic. It's just so idiotic. We split it due to different views. Good at Business Inc. There we go.
Yeah, pretty much. This is the Acme decision, right, guys?
Yeah, pretty much. And it never made sense to put all the Discovery, because Discovery and Warner Brothers just do not go well together. Warner Brothers is scripted TV. It's artisanal movies and TV shows and HBO and all that stuff. And Discovery is just live action reality slop. Just slop. Like just piles and piles of slop.
But I like some of the live action reality slop.
Well, I know, but it's just like, it's not even like Discovery. Remember when they used to be about like travel and animals and stuff like we're going to discover our world.
We're discovering aliens, and we're discovering
aliens.
We're discovering what's under. I think Blind Frog and Skinwalker are on Discovery. Discovering. If you're watching Discovery on Demand, it always says, you guess where you get like Josh Gates in there. That's all Discovery. I love those shows. I pick those over HBO.
Discover how somebody that weighs 1,000 pounds gets through life every day and what they eat.
Yeah, that's true. But I like the paranormal stuff, and it's all on Discovery. Yeah. It's not slop. How dare you?
How dare you criticize my slop by calling it slop? So this is a Coyote.
I argue some of the stuff on HBO slop. Anyway,
yeah, some of it is. Yeah, some of it is. It's expensive slop, though. I think we gauge slop by the amount of money and effort that goes into making it, and even if it's terrible, you can't quite call it slop if it cost millions of dollars, but if it's just like reality shit or AI shit,
But the reality shit makes more sense because it doesn't cost much and they can make a small fortune on it if it's popular.
Yeah.
And a lot of those shows end up being very popular.
Does the audience care? I mean, at the end of the day, does the audience care? And if they
Slop
don't,
me, baby. I love those shows.
Slop it up, man. The Wrap, Coyote versus Acme takes digs at Warner Brothers 2026 release date announced. So yeah, they were at Hall H for that. You know, they couldn't do Hall H for, you know, the big Marvel movies or whatever, but they did Hall H for this. They said the movie wasn't supposed to come out. That's Paul Scheer. He's the moderator. I heard Warner Brothers wouldn't release the film. I've never heard of Warner Brothers. This is really an Acme decision, and I'm saying that for legal purposes. And apparently they had the Acme lawyers take them off stage or something. But
that's kind of funny, actually.
Yeah, this is one of those movies that got cut, right? And they're going to release it. They're not going to. It's that, what, Ketchup? I think Ketchup Entertainment.
Yeah, Ketchup Entertainment got it, and they're going to release it. Yeah, I think Warner Bros. Took like a $30 million write-down for it or something.
Yeah, and this made no sense. I mean, this is the freaking Looney Tunes. Like, this is your flagship. This is your Mickey Mouse, right? And they've treated the Looney Tunes so badly over there. You know, they got rid of all the Looney Tunes content off of HBO Max. Now it's over on like MeTV and Tubi. They are repurposing one of the animation buildings for Looney Tunes, and then these movies, which are actually, well, this one I don't know how it is, but apparently the other one's really good. They should have been promoted properly, given a theatrical release, or at least put on the platform and given kind of a prestige. Like, look, we've got a new Looney Tunes movie, and it's really, really good. Instead, they just like threw it in the garbage. I mean, they don't know what the they're doing over there. They have no idea what they're doing over there.
They're changing. They're spending all kinds of time and changing names.
Yeah, I know,
that's
right?
That's important work. Renaming the company the same thing it was called before you dicked around with it. That's important work.
It's only been what, like 3-4 years, and they're just right back to where they started
the amount of money they spent. They could have just given me like a fraction, like, you know, a percent, like a 2 or 3% of it, and said, and I would have said, you know what, bad idea, and I would have been sitting pretty right now. Just don't do it, guys. Gosh, Hollywood, you need to hire us because we'll just tell you something stupid or not, and then we'll save you millions. Consulting fee. That's right. For a paltry sum of maybe $5 million, $6 million a year, we will save you billions of dollars. That's right. In regret. So call us. call us Zaslab. We've been right so far. So anyway, another season of Velma. Record. Another season of Velma. Good idea, bad idea. What do you think? Here's my thought on that. Sit back, please. Take your fist and punch yourself in the face repeatedly. And then punch your dick. Then use your dick to punch your face. My mom always, that's like, you know, that's giving a lot of credit there, isn't it? My mom always said, you know, why don't you just give, you know, why don't I just take a steel toe boot, kick you in the nuts? We'll save you a bunch of time because, you know, you're being stupid. Yeah. Yeah. Save some time, save some money. It's all stupid. So there we go. Warner Brothers being stupid. I just am like, whatever. We're going to wrap it up. Yep. Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. We'll talk later. Bye. For more pop culture news, views, and rants, go to news.clownfishtv.com. That's news.clownfishtv.com.